Hello everyone and welcome back to another StarCraft 2 1 vs 1 replay casted by myself. My name is Axel and this is going to be a game in between spawning in at the 3 o'clock position. The blue Protoss player Hero from Team Liquid, his opponent spawning in at the 12 o'clock position. The red Zerg player Slush from Team Rain. Now this is a replay. Actually, it's going to be a set of replays from MLG Raleigh 2011, the tournament that just happened this past weekend. And I guess depending on when you're actually watching this video, I'll go ahead and mention the specific date. I think it was August 27th and August 28th. 26th through 28th, I should say. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This specific game was from Saturday, but there's a story behind that. The story is that Liquid Hero, your Protoss player at the 3 o'clock position, he played in the open bracket. He came through the open bracket, emerged into pool play, into the pool of one Rain Slush, and this is their first pool play game. Now, the way it works, there's pool play, and then everyone in the pool, there's like 6 people in a pool, they all play a best of 3 against one another, and then their records are recorded, and the highest record, the best record, like if they're 6-0, if they're 5-1, number 1, they get into the winner's bracket of the championship bracket. And there's the 4 top ones go there. And this is like a really complex system, so I don't know why I'm trying to explain it because it's really complicated. But either way, second place gets placed into the loser's bracket of the championship bracket. A little bit higher up than third, which is higher up than fourth, which is higher up than fifth, and so on and so forth. So Hero, these two players are playing in pool play right now, and they're trying to win, obviously, so they can improve the record, so they can be placed nicely in the loser's bracket. Now, after this game was played, after all the pool games were played, they met up again in the championship loser's bracket. So, this series is going to be a best of 7. We may get, like, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but I'm trying to figure out how to word this nicely. A potential of 3 of these games could be from pool play. A potential of 4 of these games could be from championship bracket. So that's how it works. Hopefully you understand it. If you don't, head on over to mlgpro.com and check out the brackets so it's all nicely formulated in your mind. But I think I explained it quite nicely. Either way, let's go ahead and talk about the game really quick. Liquid Hero starting off with actually a 15 Nexus, and then adding on the Forge and adding on a cannon immediately, all while scouting with his probe. Really nice timing from that cannon. I would say it's going to finish before those lings get there, so those lings won't be a threat whatsoever, at least at this point in the game. Now, let's talk about the map a little bit. It's going to be Metalopolis, and it's close by air positions. Now, obviously, this could incline some sort of airplay from both of these players, but that definitely remains to be seen. As of right now, though, what we can say is that this is hard to pull off, this Nexus fast expand. There's a reason you don't see much of this on this map. It's because the natural expansion is extremely wide open. Your cannon placement has to be absolutely perfect to deflect any early aggression, and you have to be on top of your scouting. That being said, Liquid Hero putting that cannon at a very nice location. No Zerglings can actually hit anything as of right now. He'll probably have to add in some more cannons later, and he has to be really nice with his sim city of his units, of his buildings, I should say, so that any Zerg units cannot get by. And I mentioned scouting, so important. Hero coming forward with the probe at the 5-minute mark. Nice timing here, just to make sure that natural expansion is still underway and that Slush isn't putting down a Roach Warren or anything to exploit this early expand from Hero. And that's the one weakness about this build, the early crazy expand. And as I said that, I think he built a cannon right there, but canceled it once he saw the drone saturation of his opponent and saw that, hey, he's not going to be doing any sort of crazy early aggression as of right now. That being said, though, Slush has a layer on the way that definitely implies some sort of early tech, but Hero did not see that going down, and there we go, Roach Warren going down from Slush. So he definitely has a plan to exploit this. At the same time, though, Slush coming forward with his Overlord, going to be scouting the Stargate. So Slush scouts this Stargate. This tells him, okay, maybe Roaches wouldn't be the best against this, and actually he canceled his Roach Warren, so yeah, Slush is like, okay, I'm going to do a Ling Roach all in to exploit this fast expand. But Hero going with that Stargate, oh, we just canceled it. Hero going with the Stargate, Roaches can't shoot up, so Slush is like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. So either way, Hero is actually going to be canceling his Stargate after Slush saw it. So if we look at Slush's vision real quick, he still thinks a Stargate is there. So we'll have to see how he reacts. Usually you'll go for, oh, Hydralisks or something. And there we go, Hydralisk Den going down from Slush, but jokes on Slush here. Hero canceling the Stargate, putting down a robotics facility, anticipating the fact that Slush would see the Stargate and put down a Hydralisk Den. So what's good against Hydra's Colossus? So maybe Hero's going to go into Colossi production. StarCraft's such a complex game, relies on so much information, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Slush try to get something more to scout his opponent here in the near future. But either way, Stalker coming forward from Hero, and here we go with that scout, and going to be spotting the Hydralisk Den, so knows exactly what is going on here. Gets a Stalker into the main base of Slush. The creep is not yet connected. That's a little bit concerning to me as a Zerg player. You always want to try to connect your creep super fast so that you can reinforce your natural expansions from early aggression, but Slush could possibly be thinking, hey, he got this really fast early natural expansion. I'm going to be pretty safe in the near future here from any crazy aggression from my opponent. So that being said, Slush putting down his natural third. That's about halfway complete, and we'll have to see where he goes from here. Hydralisk Den is done, but he hasn't seen a Void Ray yet, and that's about the timing. So Slush probably knows, okay, he must have canceled his Stargate. I don't see a Void Ray anywhere. That being said, though, he has 4 Hydralisks on the field just in case any Void Rays do decide to come. Now, Slush is at 4, does have 4 Zerglings outside of the natural expansion of his opponent, just making sure he's keeping tabs of things. Hero isn't doing anything super crazy. Sees the 2 gases being mined at his natural expansion. Not too out of the ordinary, pretty standard to have both of those gases. Of course, gas so important as a Protoss player. You want to get those Colossi out, or Stargate tech up, or any high tech obviously involves a lot of gas, so you definitely need those 2 gases at your natural expansion ASAP, assuming you're not doing any sort of crazy gateway aggression with just Stalkers and Sentries or something. Either way, though, looks like Hero going to be coming to the middle of the map here, wants to do a little bit of aggression, has an observer on the field, already going to start denying that creep. Very cool move there from Liquid Hero. At the same time, going to be backing up, though, just wants to scare his opponent into making some units, and, well, he made 6 Zerglings, so Slush not biting on the bait. Spire is on the way at about 80%, and the gas is getting up there now. The way the Spire works, you put down that Spire, and then you start saving up your gas. So look at this, he has 1,000 gas. Mutalisks cost 100 gas, so he's probably going to make 8 Mutalisks and then get the +1 upgrade on that Spire. So that's what's going on here, and that's why, in order to exploit the Spire play, you want to hit when that gas is built up, because that's a bunch of gas they're not using, a bunch of drones they're using to mine that gas, and they're not actually using it. So that's why you see a lot of timing pushes to exploit that Spire timing. Either way, though, Hero not electing to push onto his opponent, and Slush has 5 Mutalisks on the way. So Slush definitely going to go for that heavy Mutalisk play in this game, at least thus far. At the same time, though, Hero going to be taking a third. Link's coming forward from Rain. Slush going to be backing away. Hero needs to try to protect this third as long as possible, but Slush's goal right now, I have to imagine, is to keep this third from going down. Now, income tab shows 48 to 48, pretty even in that regard. We also have Colossi in production from Liquid Hero, also Thermal Lance on the way, and +1 ground armor. At the same time, Mutalisk coming forward from Slush, and oh no, a bunch of sentries caught inside a Warp Prism, 3 get dropped, so Hero was planning on doing something crazy with those sentries inside that Warp Prism. I'm a little bit upset that it didn't end up happening. Would have been really cool to see some sentry play there, but either way, Slush denies that Warp Prism, denies those sentries, and at the same time coming forward with some links to the natural third of Liquid Hero. Hero going to return back with 4 Stalkers, 3 sentries, and 4 Zealots to deal with that. At the same time, 3 more Mutalisks on the way for Slush, again focusing on those Mutalisks at this point in the game. Also has +1 flyer attacks on the way for those Mutalisks. Guardian Shield going down from Hero just in case. Slush doing a good job baiting that. Of course, any energy you can get away from those sentries is a good thing. Something similar is trying to bait those Stim Marines when you're playing a Terran, baiting those Marines into stimming to do away with their health while they don't actually do anything. Either way, Slush coming forward. There's a Colossi on the field here, but Slush doesn't even care. Going to be engaging, but at the same time deciding, hey, I don't want to engage that just yet. Going to be backing away, and now Hero has to be very careful in protecting his Mineralized Mutalisks. So fast, can fly everywhere, can do a lot of damage to a Mineralized, so Hero has to be on top of that, and he pretty much is. In his main base, he has a lot of Stalkers and Sentries here, quite a few, but at the same time, Slush continuing to build those Mutalisks, already has 20 on the field, and with 4 more in production, that will make 24. So Slush going for a lot of Mutalisks here at the same time, taking his 4th, and the thing here is Hero can't really do any aggression toward his opponents without turning it into a base trade, because as soon as Hero marches across the map, Slush will just counter into his main. But at the same time, there is an altercation here in the main base of Hero. Slush targeting down these Stalkers and Sentries and doesn't even care. He's just going to use these units to overwhelm these units. Hero forced to bring some units back from his main, actually going to be warping in 4 Stalkers into his mineral line, using that cannon for defense as well, and coming back from his natural expansion to try to deal with this. But Slush doing a very good job with this Mutalisk harassment, at the same time getting down that 4th, again using this map control he has to take his side of the map. Very cool play here thus far from Slush, but at the same time Hero has a Dark Shrine on the way, so we'll have to see how much damage that ends up doing. Not a bad late game, mid game I should say, transition at all. Of course, the Zerg has to be on top of things. He has to have at least 1 Spore Caller and 2 Spine Callers in each base to make sure he can deflect any Dark Templar shenanigans. At the same time, the main base could be vulnerable from some Warp Prison play, so just because you have a Spore Caller at your front doesn't mean you're safe from that Dark Templar play, and of course Hero loves that Warp Prison play, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Either way, Slush coming forward with a lot of Zerglings and Mules here, going to be targeting down this Forge that's researching ground weapons +2. That won't finish. Hero warping in a lot of Stalkers here, blinking down to the low ground, trying to stay away from those Zerglings, I should say. At the same time, Colossi coming forward from the natural 3rd of Hero, but these Mules doing a lot of damage here, going to come up to the main mineral line. Hero blinking forward to the main, going to be whittling away those Mules, and they're going to get out of there ASAP. At the same time, though, 2 Dark Templars going to work, going to town, whatever you want to say, at the natural 4th of Slush, and this will be eliminated. Slush evacuating back with a Mutalisk, but can't see the Dark Templars because there's no Overseer, I should say, in the vicinity. At the same time, I would not be surprised to see Slush start to put down some Spine Callers and Spore Callers in each of his bases in order to defend against this Dark Templar aggression. Changeling on the way, but Dark Templar coming forward to the natural 3rd of Slush. There is an Overseer here, so that will get dealt with. At the same time, Hero coming forward on the right side of the map, trying to deny creep. Actually, no Observer here in this unit composition, so not going to be denying the creep just yet. Hero also getting a High Templar Archives income tab, shows Slush ahead 76 to 72, and Slush is looking like he wants to do a lot of aggression here, coming forward to the natural 4th of Hero, going to be denying that pylon from going down and taking down that probe. So if Hero was thinking about taking a 4th, it's not going to happen, says Slush. At the same time, coming forward, going to target down a cannon here, but it has to be careful. There's a lot of Blink Stalkers here. They're going to blink forward, and Slush loses a couple Mutalisks there before evacuating out of there. But Slush's goal right now, I have to imagine, is to deny that 4th from going down. Doing a good job thus far. And that's the thing about this map. I mean, for Zerg, if they get this map control, they have this mobility. So in order to take the 3rd, Hero has to completely wall off this side, and to take his 4th, it's going to be extremely hard. He has to at least kill one of these gateways, I would imagine, so he can actually reinforce. And if he tries to take this, Slush can just counterattack at the right side with Mutalisk while attacking at the 4th with Zerglings, and it's going to be really hard for Hero to take a 4th. Either way, though, Slush coming forward to the main base of Hero, attacking with a bunch of Mutalisks here, not even caring about those Stalkers, just going to be targeting those down. 2 cannons going to finish, though, along with a couple, actually quite a few Blink Stalkers, going to discourage Slush from attacking anymore. But at the same time, coming forward with some Zerglings here, going to be trapping a Colossus. No, the Colossus is going to get away. Link proceeding forward to the bottom left side of the map, just trying to do some aggression. Pylon going to be shot by that Colossus from Hero. That had to be a misclick. Either way, are there any DTs on the field? That's what I'm looking for. I don't see any just yet. And we have some upgrades going down. +2 ground armor and +2 ground weapons on the way for Hero. He has 2 forges on the ground, probably chrono boosting those. I'm not sure where they are. There we go. There's one. I'm not sure where the other one is. Up here. But either way, Slush has a lot of Mutals still on the field. Unit tab shows 28 Mutas and a lot of Zerglings as well. So at what point do you drop like 2 Stargates and start massing up those Phoenix? I'm not sure, but Hero going for that High Templar play. Not a bad decision. Storm so good against Mutals and Zerglings. Coming forward is Rain Slush trying to engage this army, but a bunch of huge side storms going down from Liquid Hero, going to be whittling away all of those Zerglings and bringing a lot of Mules into the low health. So Hero came on top of that battle. Let's see if we can get some kills on these High Templar. Only 2. There we go. 17 on that High Templar. He got the Money Storm on to those Zerglings. At the same time, looks like Hero wants to do some aggression towards the left side of the map here. Coming forward to Slush's natural fourth. Slush has a lot of Mutals and Zerglings here. Going to be engaging this immediately. There are no High Templar in this army. Consider that, so he won't be able to throw down any storms at all. And Slush going to be charging forward with all of these Mutals and these Zerglings. I'm not sure if this will be enough. There's so many Mutals on the field, reinforcing with more. But Slush going to back away, going to wait for some more reinforcements. Targeting down those Zealots, trying to get some free shots on those. But the Archon is too much at the same time. Warp Prism in the main base of RGNSlush, and Hero dropping down a lot of Zealots here. Going to be targeting down this spawning pool and then the lair. I would imagine at the same time, Hero going to be cleaned up at the natural fourth of Slush. Not going to be able to take out this hatchery. So that hatchery survives, but Slush's main is under siege. Zealots going to work, targeting down that spawning pool. Now going to be targeting down the lair and the Hydro Sten. Will the lair go down? That is the question. It looks like it will. Slush finally reacting with these Mutals, going to be targeting down these Zealots, but the lair will go down. At the same time, Hero still trying to take his natural fourth, but Slush going to have none of that. Coming forward with a lot of Zerglings to make sure that that does not go down. At the same time, Gravitic Drive on the way for Liquid Hero. Let's see if we can find that. I think it's the Warp Prism speed. Yes, it is. So Hero definitely going to be using a lot of Warp Prisms in this game, researching that speed upgrade. Zerglings coming forward from Slush, coming to the natural third of Hero. He only has a High Templar here. Nice Storm going down, destroying a lot of those Zerglings from RGNSlush. He's going to be returning to the natural, only to be met by a couple Archons and a lot of Stalkers here. So those Zerglings are going to be taken out at the same time. Those Slush with so many Mutals on the field, up to 33. Coming forward to the natural third. Storm going down. Pretty decent Storm there, bringing a lot of those Mutals into the yellow. Oops, a little bit of mouse movement blunder by me there. Sorry about that. Another Storm going down onto the Mutals, and now they are in the very low health. A lot of those Mutals in the very deep red, with plenty of them in the orange. Only a few in the yellow and none in the green, so Slush has to be really careful to stay away from those Psy Storms. At the same time, Slush coming forward with some Zerglings. A Storm goes down. Stalkers coming forward at the same time, and Slush will be evacuating. But consider this, Slush is on 5 bases right now. Hero has the gold. Keep that in mind. Mutals coming forward. Hero still trying to take this natural fourth. Archon gets a nice shot off on some Mutals there. Has 10 kills to his name. And what is Slush going to do to deal with this gold? That's what I want to know. At the same time, though, looks like he wants to use these Mutals to try to deny that. Warp Prism warping in some Zealots here at the main base of Slush. It is essentially dead. It's mined out, though. He's had to rebuild his lair. Actually rebuilding his lair right now at his natural expansion. Also has an infestation put down and rebuilt his spawning pool there as well. And here we go. Hero coming forward with a Warp Prism filled with 2 Zealots and 2 High Templar. Going to be storming immediately the middle line and those Mutals. So really nice side storms from Hero, bringing those Mutals down to the deep red. At the same time, a lot of Zealots being warped into the natural expansion of RGNSlush. Zerglings coming forward should be able to deal with that, I would imagine, and yes, they will. The Warp Prism is going to get away, though. It is so fast with that Warp Prism upgrade. At the same time, Hero coming forward to the natural fourth of Slush. Slush reactively putting down a bunch of Spine Crawlers, and Hero won't be able to engage that, so he's going to be backing away. Behind this has 8 High Templars in production, and that was so cool. Control R shows 18 workers killed for RGNSlush, 16 workers killed from Hero. What else can we look at really quick? Income tab, 74 to 73 in the Harvester tab, relatively even there, and income relatively even as well. Of course, it's the 5 bases, actually essentially 4 bases from RGNSlush to the 4 bases, including the gold of Hero. Actually, his main is mined out, so that's 3 bases, including the gold. Actually, his natural's almost mined out as well, so essentially 2 bases. But at the same time, Slush coming forward to the natural third of Liquid Hero with a bunch of Zerglings here, and there are no High Templar here, but a lot of Dark Templar, and there is no Overseer in the vicinity. So if Slush is not careful, he will lose every single one of these Zerglings, and that is exactly what's going to happen. At the same time, coming forward with some Mutals here to harass the gold. Hero evacuating those probes quite quickly, though, to try to get away from those Mutals. These Zerglings will be eliminated. Actually, 6 will get away, make that 7. Trying to target down some more pros, but they will eventually get eliminated. Slush doesn't care too much, though. He wants supply for some bigger heavy hitter units. 20 Mutals on the way, has plenty of money, plenty of gas to his name. At the same time, coming forward with a lot of Mutals to the natural fourth of Hero, targeting down that pylon, so those cannons will not be powered. Those High Templars wishing that they had Kadaran Amulets so they could actually Psystorm right upon being warped in, but seeing as though they didn't have that upgrade, just warping themselves into those Archons. So Hero down 169 to 149. Supply units tab shows 27 Mutalists on the field for RGNSlush. And I saw a War Prism. I'm trying to find out where it went. Units tab. There is a War Prism on the field. Hero, don't be doing your shenanigans without me knowing about it. Okay, so here we go. Hero has 4 Dark Templars inside this War Prism. Going to be trying to harass this natural 5th from RGNSlush at the same time, though. RGNSlush going to be counterattacking with a lot of Zerglings here into the natural 3rd of Hero. Once again, that has to be annoying, and bringing forward Mutalists to harass the gold. At the same time, Dark Templars being dropped into the natural 5th of Slush. Going to be targeting down that hatchery, and he could, in fact, eliminate that. In fact, I think he will. Yes, eliminating that hatchery is Liquid Hero, blinking forward with the Stalker, trying to take out these pesky Zerglings, but Dark Templars taking down that hatchery, and that's exactly what Hero has to do. Has to try to limit the gas income of Slush, so he can't make as many units as he's making. But Slush has a lot of minerals and gas bank, though. Hero going to be targeting down this hatchery at the gold at the same time. So 2 hatcheries going down within 30 seconds of each other from Slush, and Hero being on top of his multi-pronged harassment. APN tab shows he is way up there at 232 compared to the 198 of Slush. Slush streaming forward with even more Zerglings to the natural 4, along with a bunch of Mutalists, and this probably will go down. There's not much to defend this. At the same time, Hero going to try to counterattack into a bunch of Spinecrawlers here from Slush, but I'm not sure that's going to work. So many Spinecrawlers on the field, and Hero going to be backing away. Wants nothing to do with that as of right now, and it looks like this natural 4th Nexus will go down from Hero. So Slush denying expansions from Hero, at the same time Hero denying expansions from Slush, and neither of these players really want to engage with their armies. At least Slush doesn't. I bet Hero would be very happy with a straight up confrontation with the army from Slush, but Slush will have none of that. Has the more mobile army of Zerglings and Mutalists, just going to be backing away whenever Hero wants to engage with the main army of his, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Going to try to target down this Nexus. Will it go down? And yes, it will go down. So Hero loses his 3rd, loses his 4th. He's only mining from his gold here. Income tab shows 470 at the same time. Slush's income tab isn't good at either. I mean, he's down to 600 harvesters, down to 45. Hero down to 33 on that harvester tab, and Slush isn't done. Workers killed up to 76 for Slush and 45 for Hero. So both of these players going after each other's economies. Absolutely brutal. So Hero trying to get his 3rd down, trying to get his 4th down, trying to get his gold saturated, but that gold is almost mined out. At the same time, Slush keeps making those Zerglings, keeps making those Mutalist. Units tab shows 36 on that Mutalist count. Coming forward, but runs right into Hero's army of a bunch of High Templars. Look at all those High Templars. So many storms at their disposal, but Mutali's still doing a lot of damage to this natural 3rd, trying to take out that High Templar archives, but going to be backing away. Wants nothing to do with those Blink Stalkers. A lot of storms going down, actually hitting a lot of his own units. But Slush going to be backing away. So many mutas on the field. 32. That is a lot, and they are nicely upgraded. One Zerg Flyer Carapace and 2 on the Glaive Worm. That's +2 Flyer attacks. So Slush up 145 to 133 supply, trying to get that 5th saturated, but I'm sorry, man. 2 High Templars and 2 Zealots on the way. Those could be devastating. We'll have to see how much damage they can do. At the same time, there's an altercation in the middle of the match here. Hero coming forward with some Stalkers, Archons, and High Templars. Slush going to be backing away once again. Wants nothing to do with that main army. Side Storms going down from those High Templars that were dropped into the natural 5th of Slush. Also, a Zealot was dropped, and 2 Zealots were dropped, and the 2 High Templars are going to be morphed into an Archon, but those are going to be eliminated quite quickly, but the damage was done. Up to 49 workers killed. I wonder who's going to have the higher workers killed count at the end of this game, assuming it will end. But either way, Slush coming forward, streaming forward with a lot of Zerglings here, and Hero going to immediately blink forward to try to trap them. Dark Templars in this unit composition as well. Slush forced to have an Overseer in his army at all times whenever he wants to engage Hero, but Hero knows that and probably will try to target down those Overseers. At the same time, Mutali's coming forward, trying to harass this natural 4th from Hero, but Slush going to back away once those Stalkers get there. Again, Slush relying on on his mobility, just trying to stay away from that main army and keep Hero from attacking him, and just harass his economy as best as he can while building up his army where he can eventually try to kill him. Either way, though, very close game here. 143 to 143 in the supply, but the income tab is a story. Actually pretty even in this regard. That's a little bit surprising. Slush has more bases here. but Hero just now getting this finished, has the gold, but that's mined out, so his econ is going to be hurting pretty shortly here. Slush, though, is mined out of his first, his natural, and his third. Could still take his gold, and his only mining resource is this fourth and this fifth at the same time. Coming forward with some Mutos, taking down a probe. Hero blinking forward immediately at the same time, though. Slush counterattacking into the natural third with these zerglings. Sees that there's no expansion there. Has to be a little bit happy about that, and going to be evacuating to the natural expansion. I would imagine may try to go into the gold and try to do some damage there, but there are some High Templars here able to do some storms, and another War Prism coming forward from Hero. I would not be surprised to see him load up a couple High Templars there and try to do some more harassment to this fourth. It's worked in the past. Let's see if it works again. At the same time, though, Hero coming forward to the fifth, wants to protect this, needs this to go down to keep up his economy. And Slush's goal, once again, will be to deny this. But Hero leaving some Stalkers here to try to prevent that from happening. War Prism on the way. Has to be careful. Blink Stalkers coming forward. Huge Blink underneath the Mutalist army of Rain Slush. And Slush going to be backing away immediately. I think he got a couple Mutalists there. At the same time, though, War Prism coming to the bottom left side of the map. He'll have to keep an eye on that. Very close eye. Does not want to be caught off guard by a few Mutalists. At the same time, though, Broodlords finally on the way for Rain Slush. 5 Broodlords on the way. Make that 2. 3 just popped. With more Corruptors on the way as well. And here we go. War Prism coming forward from here. We're going to be dropping 2 High Templars and some Zealots. Slush trying to evacuate, but huge Side Storms going onto the drones. Not able to kill too many, though. They do have 2 ground carapace. And the High Templars will get eliminated, but Dark Templar remains behind to target down these weakened drones. But an Overseer does make an appearance to put an end to the fun from that Dark Templar. At the same time, though, Hero coming forward with his Stalkers, Archons, and High Templar, sees the Broodlings, so knows there are Broodlords on the field. We'll have to see how he reacts. Workers killed up to 51 for Hero compared to the 81 from Rain Slush. Hero coming forward to the natural expansion, and Slush just may go for the base trade once again. I don't think Hero has enough to defend. Nice Side Storm down underneath those Mutos, but the Mutos are very fast units. Slush on top of his control, going to be backing away as soon as that goes down. So this could be a potential base trade scenario here. I don't think Hero has enough to deflect this aggression. He may in fact decide to back up. That's exactly what he's going to do. Taking down a couple of units, a couple of buildings there. Didn't finish off that spawning pool. That's a little bit concerning. Also didn't finish off that hive. That could have been good things to do, but Hero going to be evacuating ASAP to try to protect his only remaining mining bases, which are incredibly important. But it looks like these Nexi may go down, and look at Hero's minerals only at 400, so he has to start thinking about saving some minerals here so he can build a Nexus. But Hero backing up with these 4 Archons, a bunch of High Templars, and blinking forward with the Stalkers as well. That has to be annoying, but Slush being a very effective, very annoying, taking down that natural 5th, taking down that natural 4th, and Hero is down to 244 minerals. Going to be rebuilding that Nexus at his 3rd, and if we can look at the income tab really quick here. 40 to 40, but it's 1200 to the 200 of Hero. So Slush definitely on the forefront of this game after that aggression, taking out the 2 remaining mining bases from Hero. He's forced to long distance mine with what probes he has. 48 to 40 is that econ lead for Slush. Also researching Zerg ground carapace level 3, of course, to bolster those Zergling upgrades at the same time. Slush coming forward with some Broodlords to the natural 5th, but he has to be careful. Doesn't want to be in range of those Blink Stalkers and caught off guard. But Hero going to be backing away for now. Has 4 Archons, a bunch of Blink Stalkers on the field, and 2 High Templar. Income tab remains strongly in favor of Slush, 1200 to 560. 8 more Mutalists on the way for Slush. And this game is getting quite crazy indeed. Very crazy, but either way, Hero continuing to mine gas from his gold base. Some Mutos coming forward, targeting down some pylons in the main base of Hero. Yeah, Hero has to be really annoyed right now. Slush on top of his aggression. Units tab shows 27 Mutos on the field. I'm not sure if that's all of them. But Hero going to be blinking forward with these Stalkers, probably going to be trying to rebuild these pylons around these production facilities so he can actually warp in units. That being said, though, he doesn't have too much money right now, so I'm not sure how much warping in he'll actually be doing, but warping in, of course, important for those High Templar rebuilding that archives. Dark Templar in the gold base of Slush. Overseer coming forward so that Slush can actually eliminate that. And Hero going to be trying to protect this gold base. Blinking forward with these Stalkers, getting some good shots off on these Mutos. Slush going to be backing away. At the same time, though, Slush coming on the bottom left side of the map here with a lot of Broodlords here. That's about 7. Those can do a lot of damage if left unchecked. And a Dark Templar at the same time coming forward from Hero. It looks like the spawning pool and lair were eventually eliminated. I guess I missed that. But either way, Stalker's coming forward from Hero to the top right side of the map here, and Slush has that supply lead, 184 to 150. Hero finally getting his 4th and 5th back and away, but looks like Slush wants to engage. Sidestorm's going down, so Slush wants nothing to do with that. Going to be backing away and going immediately toward the 4th base of Hero, and he has nothing here to defend. Hero has to be is probably going to blink as fast as he can to try to defend against this aggression, bringing a High Templar down from the goal to throw down a Sidestorm, I would imagine. And it looks like this Nexus may in fact go down. In fact, I think it will. At the same time, a lot of probes under fire here from these Mutilates. Hero trying to defend them as best as he can, returning back with all of these Stalkers, but it looks like Slush is not going to target fire that Nexus and is just going to back away. Another blink coming down from Hero. And Slush going to get out of there into the corner. Broodlords coming forward, going to be backing away, do not want to be caught off guard. Once again, very vulnerable where they are right now. Going to be getting over this air so that Blink Stalkers can't blink under them. But Slush coming forward with some more Mutilates, going to be harassing the mineral line once again. Income tab shows Hero down to 39 probes to the 54 harvesters of Slush, and Slush at 1,300 on that mineral tab, mineral income tab, compared to the 400 or 500 from Hero. So Slush ahead in that econ. Again, has this 4th and this 5th up and running, and Hero has to be extremely cost efficient with his units if he wants to win this game. Slush taking the gold. Dark Templar coming forward from Hero though, and going to be getting quite a few drone kills before being eliminated. At the same time, Slush has to be careful. Archon's coming forward. Oh, nice Sidestorm from Liquid Hero, bringing a lot of those Mutilates into the low health, a lot in the yellow area, I should say. At the same time, Sidestorm's going down from Hero into the natural 4th of Slush. Whoa, huge Sidestorms there from Hero, taking down a lot of these drones. And Slush down to 42 harvesters. Workers killed 113 to 63. Archon's going to be surrounded and dealt with quite nicely. Going to get some kills off, 12 kills. I guess in hindsight, I should have clicked on those High Templars to see how many kills they got. But really cool play there from Hero, trying to evacuate with this War Prison, but he will be tracked down by those Mutilates. At the same time, though, Hero coming forward, trying to catch these Mutilates off guard, and in fact will. Oh, huge shots with those Archons. The splash damage doing so much damage, blinking forward as well with the Blink Stalkers. A lot of Mutilates being taken out by Hero in that altercation, and Slush with a unique showing of lack of control there, temporarily forgetting about those Mutilates, and that was absolutely huge. Just as big as if you were to fly Mutilates over a stemmed Marine force. That was probably equivalent to that, or at least very close. At the same time, though, Slush coming forward to the natural 3rd of Liquid Hero. There's an Archon here and the majority of Hero's army, so he's going to evacuate immediately. And I'm a little bit surprised he's not... Okay, there's 2 High Templar here and 2 Archons. It's a nice composition there to defend. But either way, Slush coming forward to the gold base, going to be cleaning that up as fast as he can. Hero coming forward with his Stalkers and Archons here. No High Templars in this composition. Here we go. They were in the back, but Hero going to be blinking forward, and Slush going to evacuate with those Lings and those Mutilates. But looks like Slush rebuilding his Greater Spire into his natural 4th. His Hive is over here as well. Pretty low in health. Has to be careful about that. Lots of Spine Crawlers here. But Broodlord's coming down to the bottom side of the map here. Again, Slush has to be careful with these his positioning on these units. Broodlords so important at this point in the game, take a long time to get and are super expensive, so he has to be careful with those. Hero blinking forward, trying to catch them off guard, but the Broodlords evacuating in time. So where did these players go from here? That's the question. Slush up 191 to 123 supply, up 50 to 29 in that Harvester tab. This is essentially the only mining base from Hero. He's not even making... Okay, he is making probes. Rebuilding his Cybernetics Core. And Slush is max, 200 out of 124. And this could be his time, coming forward with a lot of Broodlords here. But Hero has plenty of Stalkers, so Slush has to be very careful. And Hero trying to take him off guard, blinks forward, takes out 1 Broodlord, takes out a 2nd, and could take out a 3rd. He will, so Slush losing 3 Broodlords for about 4 Stalkers there. So Hero definitely came on top of that altercation. And again, Slush has to be incredibly careful here. But we're approaching the 50-minute mark of this game. Probably one of the best games coming out of MLG Raleigh, I would imagine. And this is just a game 1 of a best of 7, ladies and gentlemen. So, Slush coming forward to the right side of the map with so many Zerglings here. The thing is, though, two High Templar Storms can kind of kill all of those. So, Slush has to be extremely careful. Coming forward to the National 3rd. Storm going down eliminates a lot of them. But I gotta think maybe Slush wants to free up some supply to get out some more Broodlords. There's 2 more Corruptors on the way. But his minerals and gas, they're starving. He's starving right now. He is starving. His natural 4th is mined out. His natural 5th is mined out. His only mining resource is his gold base. Has all of his drones there. Slush up 173 to 133 in that supply count. And Hero coming forward to the left side of the map with the Stalkers and Archons. Mutals coming forward. Have to be careful. Blinking forward underneath the Mutals, getting a lot of good shots off. And Hero getting a lot of good micro here. Taking out some free Broodlords here. Taking out some free Mutals there. Taking out a clump of Zerglings here and there. Definitely adds up. Blinking forward once again, trying to target down some Broodlords. Has High Templar here to throw down some Storms. Throws down 1. And I would expect he would back away here. Yes, that's exactly what he's going to do. 8 more Stalkers in production for Liquid Hero. Slush, he moved all of his Spine Crawlers up here near this gold. Does not want this going down. And Slush has 2 more Broodlords on the way. Starting to starve in resources. Slush coming forward with these Mutalisk Psystorm going down. And Slush on top of his Mutalisk Micro there. And these gateways still unpowered. But either way, more Broodlords on the way for Slush. And Hero just biding his time here. He's fine. He has a lot of minerals, so he can just sit back at this point, I would imagine. Slush running low on minerals. This is his last source of income. Hero has a decent amount of minerals over here. And a more cost-efficient army on the field, I would say. But Hero coming forward with some Stalkers, going to take out this hatchery from Slush. And Slush up 184 to 155 supply, but this may be it. Coming forward with all of these Zerglings. Huge Psystorm going down from Hero, melting away the Zerglings from Slush and the Mutalisks. And wow, Slush dropping down all the way to 105 supply after the altercation. He is essentially out of money. 900 minerals, 400 gas at this point in the game. Not too good. Hero going to be evacuating with these Archon Stalkers and Zerglings. And Slush finally getting 2 Infestors out on the field. I feel like it's a little bit too late, though. Hero has to be feeling good here. Remember, he was down to just like no mining bases. He was long distance mining from his 3rd to his natural. And Slush is extremely low on Mutalisks here. Down to 5 Mutalisks and 10 Broodlords. 2 Infestors on the way. But I don't know, Hero has a lot of units here. 4 or 5 Archons, 3 High Templars, a bunch of Blink Stalkers, and an Observer. Don't forget that Observer. But Hero gonna be backing away here, and Slush may make his final stand. 2 Stargates on the way for Hero. Ooh, I missed this composition over here too. So Hero ahead 162 to 132 supply. Gonna mix in some Void Rays into his unit composition to deal with those Broodlords, I would imagine. But Slush, he's essentially out of money here, so he has to start deciding where he's going to make his final stand, when he's going to make his final stand. Has to be careful with these Broodlords, doesn't want to overextend himself. Spots the Void Rays, and Hero coming forward, blinking forward with the Blink Stalkers, targeting down some Broodlords here. Slush going to be evacuating as fast as he can, bringing forward some Mutalisks, but that's not going to be enough. Only 5 Mutalisks there in that unit composition. Slush losing so many Broodlords down to 5, make that 6. So Hero looking really good right now, up 158 to 123 supply, 2 Void Rays in production. And he's looking very strong. Slush essentially out of money. Once again, that's all the money he has left to get. Not even mining from his gases. Not going to rebuild the hatchery for that gas. Would rather have the 300 minerals for other things, I would imagine. But here we go, Hero coming forward with 2 Void Rays, a lot of Blink Stalkers here, and I don't know if Slush has enough rebuilding a Roach Warren at the 54-minute mark of the game. How often do you see that? But Hero going to be backing away with these Stalkers, microing away from those Zerglings, even at this point in the game. Very prestigious with his micro. Coming forward is Rain Slush with 2 Infestors in this competition. Keep that in mind. And Broodlords and Mutalisks, but this could be the final altercation here coming up. Slush coming forward on the left side of the map. 2 Void Rays on the field for Hero with 2 more in production. There is a Warp Prism here as well. House suiting. It has been very instrumental in this game. But Slush is essentially mined out, coming forward with all of these Zerglings. Has a drone in this composition with a Vespene gas in his hand. 2 Infestors on the field. Broodlords as well. And Hero trying to position himself nicely. This could be it. Here we go, coming forward with the Archons, leading with the 3 High Templars as well. Might start thinking about throwing down those High Templar Storms. And there we go, 1 Storm going down. Feedback in the Infestors. So the Infestors is going to be absolutely worthless, coming forward with the Void Rays at the same time, targeting down those Broodlords. And there's the GG from RGNSlush. So Hero makes the comeback and takes the game. Again, this is just game number 1 of a best of 7. Let's go through some things. 56-minute game. Probably one of the best coming out of MLG Raleigh, I would say. Let's look at some stuff. Let's look at some stuff. I want to look at some stuff. Let's go to APM. 194 for Slush average, 247 average from Hero, getting to 324 in that last battle. Army tab. That's not too important right now. Production, that's not too important. Units lost. 1,141 units lost for RGNSlush. 68,250 resources. 57,000 for Hero and 401. That's cost efficiency. Ladies and gentlemen, unit tab, not too important right now. Spending, here we go. Hero spending 17,000 on economy. 1,500 for Slush. Technology, 460,000, about the same for Army. And let's see, what else can we look at? I think that's all the cool stuff. But either way, actually, let's look at workers killed. 117 workers killed for Slush, 65 for Hero, and 1,111 units killed for Hero, 326 for Slush. So, wow. Awesome game. What else? I don't think there's anything else to look at. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. But either way, that's it for this game. And we're not done. We're not done, guys. We're not done. This was just game 1. This is a best of 7. And guys, just jump in the next game, guys. I'll see you in game number 2. Stay tuned to MLG.tv for more casts from MLG Raleigh again. My name is Axel. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in game 2.